Monday, everybody. This is Crystal with Reality Check. Of course, here rolling out. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. A little bit chilly, but absolutely gorgeous, right?
Yeah, we woke up. We woke up.
We woke up. We
Mm-hmm.
have breath in our lungs, so it's a beautiful day. Today, my guest is Atlanta's own Jimmy Jones.
Hey, say your home, Jimmy Jones.
Atlanta's own Jimmy Jones. Now, I'm excited because Jimmy is here. Jimmy was on Ready to Love 2.0, right? The
Right.
second season of Ready to Love. Earlier this year, I think maybe a month or so ago, we talked to nephew Tommy about the season before it started, right? You guys, they actually Will Packer, Oprah, and nephew Tommy. The whole team is a little bit different. Not the original team, but the way they decided to bring in the teams of men and women are a little bit different this season. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but I definitely had to tune in. I know a few people. I've known Jimmy for a long time.
A long time.
known Jimmy for a long time. And saw that you were on the show. First of all, how was your experience going onto the show? Why did you decide to go on Ready to Love?
Well, thank you so much, first of all, for inviting me here. I mean, I have known you for a long time. I've seen you do nothing but great things, so it's an honor to be here with you. But yeah, it was just right time, right moment in my life. I was actually single as hell. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I've never been this single in my life. I've always had like no, seriously.
Right.
I've always had like some little overlap where one was cutting off and one was starting, where it was that little shady area, that little gray area, you know.
Right.
But this part of my life, I had broken up with my ex for over a year, and I had literally been super single, which can be scary sometimes to some people that ain't really been out there. But once you be out there for a long time, you know, you start playing the game, you start figuring out what's going on with it, and you start trying to, seek out who's real and who's not.
Right.
So.
Right. Now you've been married before.
Yeah.
So you were single, but you come from knowing what a great relationship can be like.
Oh yes, most definitely. I know those words. I do. I've said them. I did. I did.
Well, I gotta ask you now, Jimmy. Because when I saw you on the show, and I saw the first couple of episodes, I was like, Jimmy does not seem like he's serious about love.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that you were very personable, but I wasn't sure if you were serious about love at first. You gave the one girl the key to your heart, or a little
I gave her a heart,
little token. I thought you were charming the girls, but I wasn't sure if you were really open to finding love.
Okay.
Then with the girl, what's the young lady's name that you guys kind of hit it off and
Kimber.
Kimber. Now with Kimber.
Jimber. Me and her are Jimber.
Now with Kimber, after a while I said, okay, maybe he does really like her, and things went wrong, and then things went terribly wrong, and that resulted in the last episode you were let go.
Don't want to spoil it. I guess we're gonna spoil it.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it was already
Let's
out.
spoil it.
It's already
You
come
got
out.
let go.
But I think that was because of the situation with you and Kimber, definitely. Now, can you give us your side? Because there's always two sides to a story, and we know editing happens. What was your side of the situation with you and Kimber? What happened?
Well, I think it was a case of miscommunication, lack of communication.
Okay.
The way that things are brought to life on television are sometimes, it makes it seem like we really knew each other as much as we really did. But at the end of the day, when we shot, Ready to Love, it was a short time when we shot. So, I mean, we had to hurry up and get to know people.
Right.
And, the time that we spent on set and the time that we spend on the phone off set, and, they're two different things. Y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see us on the phone, and, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't hear the conversation that we had. And so I really feel like Kimber and I think we genuinely care about each other.
Okay.
And I think that there's something there. Kimber. Kimberella. But, I mean, I have a slogan. It's called I like what likes me back.
We heard that. You said that in the show.
I like what likes me back. Meaning that I go off of vibe.
Right.
I go off of, when we're off camera or whatever, are you FaceTiming me randomly in the day? Are you texting me good morning handsome? Are you texting me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like a little good morning handsome every now and then. I'm getting a million of them now since the show. It's like, stop with the good morning handsome. Cut it out. Okay. But I mean, there's a certain vibe that you get. And I mean, I feel like we weren't connecting as tough as we could.
Right.
And then when there was a little bump in the road, sometimes, you know, in relationships, it's really about the bumps.
Yeah.
It's you know, when they say for better, for worse, a lot of people can see the for better, but they don't know what that for worse look like. That worse can get ugly.
That's true.
And I'm looking for somebody that's got tenacity. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a bulletproof relationship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's us against them, not us against each other.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, that's unfortunately
I mean, she's a beautiful person. I wish her nothing but success. But, you know, there's a right person for everybody out there.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this, because you guys had to come in, and it seemed kind of, to me, it would be awkward. I don't know how I would handle that, because you have to zero in on a person that you are interested in, but then you also have to be kind of cool with everybody else,
yeah,
right?
You had to entertain.
You had to entertain. So do you think, looking back on it, that maybe you should have focused your energy on someone else instead of Kimber?
Great question. Wow. You've done this before. God makes no mistakes.
Okay.
And I have no regrets in life.
Okay.
But what I will say is,
what if you're going back for season? What if there's a part B?
2.5.
Or 2.5.
Season 2.5.
Who are you going to talk? Who are you going to spend a little bit more time getting to know?
Well, I will say this. You know, looking back on it and like knowing now what knowing now what I know about then, I still would have picked Kimber.
Yeah.
And I still would have been interested in Alexis. I mean, all the other girls, like, they're beautiful women, and I mean, we're all kind of cool now, so it's like we're a family. But I mean, I like what likes me back. Wasn't nobody giving me no flavor.
But
like, if you notice on the show, there's some girls that were straight jocking.
Okay.
Like straight, like they literally had to beat them off. Like, you know, and in real life, okay, so that was 10 women, right? Okay. If you put 10 women in a room, one of them may really like me, but another one may not really like you.
But what about this? Because there are some women and men that when they see a person, the external is not necessarily what gets to them, right? But when they actually, because there's a couple on there where the guy said she wasn't the girl that he picked when he first looked at everybody. But when they start spending time together, then they really started feeling each other, right? Yeah. And they're really cute. Like, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with them. Jimmy's not going to give us any. Well, maybe I can get him to tell us.
Oh no! I signed too many agreements.
No, but so what if somebody, if they get to know you, and then they would start to like you more because of your personality, and you know, because at first you're solely going off looks, right? Yeah. So do you think, but it could be different with women and men? Well,
I have been told, and this is something that the journey of the show taught me about myself, which is give it time.
Right.
You know, first impression is great, but then there's that second impression that kind of can, you know, like, oh, you know, let me give us, you know, that person a second look.
Yeah.
So I had to definitely on this journey, I had to be more open to, okay, maybe she's not necessarily my type, but you never know what God has your blessing wrapped up in.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anything, that was actually going to be my next question. What did you learn about yourself? Is there anything else that you learned watching yourself? Anything that you thought, man, I wish I didn't say that, or I wish I kind of handled that situation differently?
Well, I will say this, you know, editing is everything, you know what I mean? So the way that things came off, came out, I know how the whole thing went, and then I know what they use in terms of, you know what I mean? But, so, again, I really don't have any regrets, you know what I mean? I feel like God don't make no mistakes.
And Jimmy doesn't make mistakes either. I'm not mad at that. Jimmy's like, hey, it happened. It's the way it's supposed to happen.
It happened. I said it. I meant it. There's nothing I said. I'm a G. I'm the realest cat in Atlanta. Okay? I meant that. I meant that.
With it.
Ask about me. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like, you know, when there was confrontation or whatever, I feel like, you know, sometimes letting somebody else kind of just have it, you know what I mean, is a good strategy. But then sometimes, you know, you be like, man, maybe I should have said this, or maybe I should have said that. But I think silence is golden sometimes. Sometimes you got to let people kind of
figure it out,
interpret, you know what I'm saying, what they think happened, or, you know, what they think was going on.
Okay, now we're going to take a break. Yeah. We're going to stay right here. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to Jimmy a little bit more about dating in Atlanta, period. Just dating Men Are From Mars, all that good stuff. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back with more from ATL's own Jimmy Jones, Ready to Love. Stay right there. We'll be right back. And we're back. It's Christal with Rolling Out's Reality Check, and I'm here with Mr. Jimmy Jones. If you didn't see this season, if you haven't been watching this season of OWN's Ready to Love, Jimmy is one of the male contestants, and actually just left the show. But there's how many episodes is there left? Do you know how many episodes there are?
Yeah, we're
about midway through.
Yeah, we're over halfway through there.
Yeah. Okay, so you hung in there.
I made it, Mama. I made it.
So we were talking about your experience on the show, and before we actually sat down, we were saying it was, kind of like dating, just period. You know, once you kind of take out the cameras and just meeting different personalities. What do you think is going to be different about the way you get to know women now after going through this experience?
Well, I think like now women are starting to approach me.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
And so you like it like that because
I like it like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like even like I got casted on the show off of Bumble, off the dating app.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you were on Bumble.
Yeah.
And someone saw you.
I'm
on
still
Bumble.
on Bumble.
You're still.
Still on Bumble.
Ladies, Jimmy is still on Bumble. Your profile is still on Bumble.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's crazy because like when I be hot, like I might swipe right on somebody and they be like, as soon as they ask me about the show, I'm like,
Just delete
like,
them.
Yeah, because it's like too fast. Like first question is like, so how was it being on the show? Bye.
So
I like when they don't know that you know what I'm saying, when I try to, but then I don't know, it's starting to get kind of popping, so I mean it's kind of hard, but yeah, so on Bumble there is a feature where basically you pay a little extra and you get to see who likes you first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I pull from I don't be swiping left and right so much. I wait for somebody
to see who likes you
first. Yeah.
You really are on that.
That's me. Yeah, I like what likes me
Jimmy,
back.
You don't like to hunt, Jim. You don't like to see something and go.
I like to hunt, but I like to also know that I can kill it.
You're like, see.
I don't like going out hunting and knowing that, you know what I'm saying? Like
outrun you.
it may, yeah. The deer might, you know what I'm saying? I want a deer to walk up to me like, shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot me. No.
So you like women that are aggressive?
Okay, there's a saying that says a man wants to chase you until you catch him. So basically, I like the thrill of being able to pursue a woman, but then I want her to catch my attention. I want her to, like, oh man, it's something about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is, like, okay, her ambition. Ambition is the new sexy. You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, it's something about, like on one of my profiles, I said something like,
how many profiles do you have?
I'm on 2 dating apps now. Listen. I don't care what nobody said. I'm ready to love.
You're ready to love.
Look.
You're ready to love.
I'm ready for somebody to love me. You know what I'm saying? I might just get a little dog or something. Give me a little something to love me. You know what I'm saying? So when I walk in the house, it just love me. You know what I mean? But
you want to get married again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah. So that's your goal, is to really find real love, get married, and have that happily.
I want a family again. Aww. So first comes the vision of, okay, could I see myself having a family with you? Okay. You know what I mean? Then, okay, are we friends? Right. Do we laugh? Do you laugh at my jokes? You know what I mean? Do you think I'm attractive? Do you think I'm Denzel Washington? Do you think I'm Will Smith?
I don't want you to ask those questions.
Do I think that you are gorgeous? Do I think that you're the best thing smoking? Do I, do we compliment each other? Do we light up the room when we walk in? Do people be like, wow, they you can see they love, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, but getting back to the Bumble thing, I pull from the women that like me first. Okay. So lately it's been great because I have a pool of women that be like, good morning, handsome. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, you think I'm alright. You know
now, let me ask you something.
Now, I think I'm alright. It don't matter what nobody else say. And it don't matter what the world say. It matters what God says.
It does.
Yeah, but it also helps when you walk in and be like, damn, he fine.
It does.
Yeah. Like, damn, she beautiful.
It does help. Yeah. And do you think that women compliment men enough?
No.
So you think more women should? I wrote an article that's on the site right now about, I interviewed Tokyo Tony. We saw you.
Yeah, she was at Rebel. Yeah. She was at my party. Yeah.
Yes.
I took a picture of her.
Yes, she did. So one of the things that I think she's been married 5 times.
Oh wow.
And I put up a post, and a lot of women were saying, "Oh, I don't think I could take any advice from her." And I was like, obviously, she is doing something because she's capturing men's attention. Yeah. She's capturing attention. A lot of times, I think women, what maybe more conservative women or maybe the good girls, don't really do enough to make a man feel. We think he's supposed to do it to us. We don't necessarily do it to him.
And I think it's partially because of baggage. A lot of women have a lot of baggage. Okay? And I think men have baggage too, but
okay, good.
I mean, but we're speaking about women, so I feel like they've given that to someone that didn't deserve it. Okay. They've given the compliment to the guy that was the player. Right. Or they've given that to the guy that played them. Or you mean they're like, oh, I can't do that no more. Mm-hmm. No. You just gotta pick differently. You gotta tweak. Mm-hmm. So I love dating apps now because it's like you can I love dating now on online. Well, not like I wasn't on Black Planet or anything, but, you know what I'm saying? But for parties. But anyways, in terms of I can now tell from your profile just certain things and the way the conversation goes.
Give us some insight. Give us some points. What are 3 points?
I'm picky now.
What are 3 points that you can tell by looking at a woman's profile?
First, I gotta see that full body shot. First, if it ain't a full body shot, swipe left. Okay. Gone. Okay.
Why are men so afraid of a woman being overweight? Like that's a fear, almost like a horror.
Overweight?
Yeah, it seems like they're very afraid of a woman that's not small.
It's more so from a health perspective. Okay. The way you are on the inside reflects on the outside. Okay. So people that take care of themselves on the outside normally take care of themselves on the inside. So it's more like a warning sign, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, overindulging is a sin, you know what I mean? Gluttony is a sin. It's like one of the 7 deadly sins, okay? You can die from that, okay? You can. So, I mean,
all right, so
I think that there's beauty in everybody. I mean, my ex-wife was a little thick.
So full body shot. What's the second thing?
Second thing is just the flow of the conversation. Okay. You know what I mean?
But if you're just looking at her profile.
Oh, just the profile. Mm-hmm. Okay. Another thing would be, there are women that are really thirsty out there. You know what I mean? Okay. And they'll literally put, I'm looking for a generous man to take care of me, and I'm like, oh, now one thing I'm not finna be is a cash app. Right. You know what I mean? Right. One thing I'm not finna be is a paper. I'm not a sugar daddy. Nah, not yet. But I mean, I got a couple more years. You know what I mean? Maybe about 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Sell some more homes and everything. Yeah, sell some more houses. You know what I'm saying? But no, I've had problems before with women asking me for money on the first date. Wow. Yeah. Dating was really hard for me. When I was really first out here, really single, right. It was tough because I mean, One time I paid a girl's cell phone bill. She stopped calling me.
Was that the first date?
Second date.
Dang.
She cut.
Y'all was asking people to pay bills on second date. Yeah. That's crazy.
I had a girl. I had a girl on the first date start crying and was like, "Yo, you know, it's always some rent. It's always something wrong with the rent. It's always some eviction. It's always somebody about to get evicted." All right, so you know.
So, that is not, ladies. We'll talk later, but that is not when you want to introduce these.
No man wants to be a cash app.
Nobody wants to feel like that. Okay, so full body.
Because
shot.
then it's like, okay, are you here because you need me or because you want me?
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys want to feel wanted.
I want to feel wanted, not, you know what I'm saying?
So wait a minute. So full body shot. Do not ask for money in your profile. And what's a third?
Let me think of a third one.
Yeah, a third one. Where you just looking at the profile.
Okay, just the profile.
Makes you want to go ahead and swipe right.
When they put their social media in there, like if they have Snapchat in there, no, bye. They're doing too much. But their IG, I'll go to their IG, I'll go to it.
Okay.
And you can kind of tell if it look a little, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like first of all, if it's private and they don't have no followers, you're like, oh, is this a ghost? You know what I mean?
But what if she has a lot of selfies and pictures showing off herself? Like every picture is her.
Yeah, then you start wondering, like, I don't know. It's like, is this a real person? You know what I mean? Luckily, they got that little blue check now on Bumble where, like, they verify you. You know what I mean? You got to take a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
But
so you don't want to be catfish. You think that could
I
be
do not want to be catfish or ghosted ever, ever.
You see, Jimmy, you are. I think that if you don't want to be ghosted, because everybody can get ghosted. Have you ghosted someone before?
I ghosted somebody recently. She literally was like, "Oh, so you ghosted me?" I'm like,
you can't say you don't want to be ghosted and you're ghosting people.
Well, I don't want to be ghosted too soon. You know what I mean? I feel like, but I ghosted somebody after 2 dates.
Why?
Why did I ghost her? I ghosted her because she came to my crib and she felt like, you know, she felt like she could just
leaning in,
be there.
She got too comfortable?
Yeah, she got too comfortable.
What do you mean? Did she take her shoes off? She tried to stay?
She definitely stayed.
She didn't want to leave.
She didn't want to leave.
And that made you afraid.
It was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was just too fast, too furious. So I was just like, push the brakes a little bit.
And you just bailed out. Why wouldn't you just say to her, "Hey, this is a little quick. Why don't I take you home, get you an Uber or something like that?" And then talk it through. Why would you?
And I saw her under a second light too now.
Okay.
Like I saw her in a different, like people look like, you know how like on profiles they'll give you like, they make you put 4 pictures up there now.
Right.
You can't just have one picture because it's like you can't get one impression of. You gotta see, okay, what you look like at the club, what you look like on the beach, what you look like leaving church, what you look like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was like.
She didn't like look.
Y'all women have too many looks. Y'all have too many wigs. First of all, stop them lace fronts and all the wigs.
You can't
stop all that. We don't know who you are. Is it Brenda, Tawana, Tisha, Inez? Look, challenge. About 3 kills. Yo, I can't do it. Which one are you? Who are you?
So what you're saying, Jimmy, is that she did not look like the one that you had tapped on. When she got to the crib and got relaxed.
It was a little different.
Okay.
And then she took her hair out. I was just like,
She took her hair out?
I mean, it was just.
She got too comfortable. I'm so sorry.
We got married too fast.
Yeah.
What, you gonna start using the bathroom with the door open too? Now come on, now we gotta have some little
mystery.
Yeah, have a little, you know what I'm saying? Give me a little question mark.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Well, ladies, don't get too comfortable. Make sure not too comfortable too fast. No cash apps in the profile.
I bought you some.
And then you brought me some. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since you've been such a golden friend to me over the years, I bought you a golden heart.
Oh, no, this got you in trouble on the show.
It was a red heart. So I don't give away my love hearts, the heart, but that's my friend heart. Since you've been such a golden friend to me over the years,
thank you, Jimmy.
Gave you a heart.
I appreciate that.
A Jimmy heart. Just in time for Valentine's Day.
It's not Valentine's Day yet.
Well, you know.
It's almost Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful for your friendship.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. We're thankful. Thank you for coming to the show.
This
was fun. This was fun. I hope that you find love. I know that you will.
I hope that love finds me, but you know what? The greatest love is self-love, and God is love. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you tune in to Ready to Love on OWN.
Season 2.
Season 2. Jimmy will be back, I'm sure, for the finale to share more of his information and knowledge.
And when it's time to sell your home, call Jimmy Jones.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.